Okay, so we're going to talk about the normal distribution briefly so that those of you that are going to stats next year, juniors, have seen it. And seniors, those of you going to college, probably have to take stats, so you've seen it. Okay, this is what it looks like basically. Okay, the data, you know, if you did a line plot, the data would it would be shaped like a bell. They call it a bell curve sometimes. You've heard of that, right, Jared? Exactly. Okay. If the data is lined up as a normal distribution, the middle will be your mean and your median and your mode as well. Most likely. That one kind of can be variable, but most likely those three are all going to be the same value. Okay, what it means is your data is balanced. Okay, you remember what standard deviation is? Okay, I told you how to calculate it, right? Well, this is how we use it. From, somewhere in here to here. This is the mean. We're going to call it X bar. Okay, so the mean will denote X bar minus the standard deviation. And this is the mean plus the standard deviation. So if you're within one standard deviation of the mean, you have just counted 68.3% of your data. So there's a 68.3% probability that any new piece of data will fall in that range. Okay. Say what? What? Come on. Don't play games with me. Oh, that'd be cool. No, it's not. Okay, the next one out. How many standard deviations do you think it is? Anybody? How many standard deviations is the next one? 2, yep. Okay, so 2 standard deviations out. Do you remember how much of the data is in there from last year? Yep. Or is books open? No. Okay. And the next one is 3 standard deviations. And how much of that data? Yeah. Pretty darn close. 99.7. And our book actually says this one should be 95.5. Wow, that's been cool. Okay, so that's the normal curve, and that's where the data sits. Ooh. How many of you want to be medical peoples? I knew.
4 years.
To be a nurse. You don't have to be a doctor. Okay. So let's say you're in surgery, and then the doctor
So what are you gonna do when you have kids?
Yeah, right?
Adult poop.
Disgusting. All right, so let's say that you're in surgery, the doc's made an incision, you've closed it up, and now you're the nurse that's treating this person. You know that the mean healing time is 240 hours with a standard deviation of 20 hours. Okay, what is the probability a patient will heal in 220 to 260 hours? Anybody? You're just using the normal curve here. How many standard deviations have we gone out? Well, which one is it, 2 or 1?
2. 1.5.
We start at 240, right? What's 1 standard deviation? How many hours? 20, so 240 plus 20 is 260. That's 1 up, and minus is 221 down. How much is that? Yeah, 68.3% of patients will fall in that range. Yeah. What's the range for 95.5% of patients? Okay, 280 is the top. What's the bottom? Yeah, because we go 95.5, we go 2 down, so 20 and 40 down is 200, 40 up is 280. You think you can handle those? Okay. Could you draw a normal curve for that, or do I need to draw it? I think we'll draw it then. And then the last one. Yep. All right, here's a good question. What percent
is below 200. You're close. How'd you figure that out? Right. So outside of here, both top and bottom, is 4.5%, right? Because this is 2 out. So that's 95.5% in here. So we take 100 minus that and now divide it by 2. Do you think the people below 200 might warrant a little bit of extra attention? Yeah, there's something wrong. So if you know your data and your stats, you can actually improve patient care because you know you need to pay some attention to them. All right? Let's see. Okay, here's the last kind of a question you'll see. Out of 1,000 patients, okay, last one here, hold yourselves together. Out of 1,000 patients, how many will go from 180 to 300 hours? So we've actually given you a situation. What? It's okay. So I hear the percentage. What do we do with that? Huh? Okay, we know that's 3 standard deviations, so it's 99.7%. How many people is that? No. Yeah, you have to change it to a decimal times 1,000. You should get 1,994 patients. Sorry, no, I'm thinking 2,000. That was awesome. Thank you, math teacher. Think you're good? We're gonna turn it in. Well, we're gonna score it. Not that you should care, anyways. Okay, 14.4. You'll get a content and a responsibility score. It's due Friday.
Yeah, I feel like I think mine like